This one is a video response to Chip9910. You had a rant about Christianity. First, I want to just say I appreciate that you were so open and honest in broadcasting your views. It takes a lot of courage to do so, especially when you're an atheist living with a very religious family. Kudos to you. Good job, and I hope that it helped you get out what you needed to. I immensely empathize with you. I'm an atheist raised by Baptist Christians. I went to an inner city public school that was very, very surprisingly religious. I've always been very outspoken with just not having faith, not saying anything bad against anyone else, just that it's not my thing. I've had Bibles literally shoved in my face. I've been told while sharpening a pencil that I deserve to die and burn in hell. I've had my stuff stolen and broken. Had things thrown at my face, including a full 20-ounce pop bottle. Been kicked out of class for being a disruption because everyone else was harassing me. Just a number of very unpleasant things. But with that experience, I've learned one way to make people absolutely stop, which is very, very hard to do, but I thought I'd offer my help and share it with you. Trick is, most people who are Christian and forcing it on other people have actually not read the Bible completely or have not read very much of it. They don't know a lot of their own religion. I don't know why, but they don't really seem to care that much. It's more like they want the effort for trying instead of actually doing. So you use the Bible against them. It's pretty simple. It does take a little bit of work on your part, but a couple times through and they'll just stop. Here's the very simple trick of how to do that. You pick an absolutely ridiculous law from the Old Testament. Doesn't matter which one. Just make sure that, they generally don't follow it. They don't follow it at all. It can be from how far away your bathroom's supposed to be. Women aren't supposed to teach men, especially that one works really good with teachers. Any absolutely ridiculous Old Testament law. You pick any one. It really does not matter. And you ask them, so why don't you follow this one? They'll usually go on something of, oh, that one doesn't count anymore, that one's that's Old Testament, you're supposed to focus on that. That's when you correct them. You pull out Luke chapter 16, verse 17. It's easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for the smallest part of the letter of the law to become invalid. That's basically saying all the Old Testament stuff that they said doesn't count, it still does. They don't like that brought to their attention. And then usually sometimes they'll go with the whole, oh, well, Jesus died for my sins, so it's okay because I can still sin because, Jesus died for him. And that's when you can bring up Matthew chapter 5, verse 20. For I say unto you that except for your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall in no case enter into the kingdom of heaven. That's coming from Jesus. If you ain't righteous like them, sorry. So those are some of the things that I like to point out. When you bring it to their attention, they have only a few selective choices. They can either follow every single aspect of the Bible. God knows they don't want to do that. They can continue being hypocritical, especially after you point it out. Or they'll end up realizing that their faith is incorrect, and that's something that most people don't want to face, so they just kind of skate around the issue. So when you bring it to their attention, it really kind of makes them aware that it's not what they thought. And the few things that I will state, absolutely do not go on a crusade with it. It's fine when someone's shoving their religion in your face to use it against them, to get them to at least back off. But when you run around going to everyone who has a cross on or everyone who's religious, basically trying to call them out, that's when you cross the line of being the horrible atheist that everyone hates and gives all of us the bad stereotype. Do not go on a horrible crusade. Do not do that. Please. A lot of us atheists are really nice people and don't want to get that backlash. I've known quite a number of people that do go on crusades, so it's not trying to suggest that you are one of them, just that it does happen. It puts you on the same level of being overbearing with your beliefs and forcing it on other people. So it's best to just use it when someone brings it up to you. If you do use it wisely, they will stop, because otherwise they have to change. Hope it helps.